Okay. We'll get there. We'll get there. Here we go then. What have we got? Oh, we basically have an ocean. Most of the map is water. But that's okay. I think quite often the tropical zone just feels too small. So this very large section of the ocean, I'm going to call it an ocean. Yeah, I know it's very small. A sea. Oh, yeah, we're going to make that tropical. I'm going to try and go a little bit faster so we get started. Over here, we're going to have a swamp. There's some little puddles, probably quite big pools if you think about it. Let's double check. That's just 2 meters deep, 1 meter deep. So is this going to work? Spreads biome, swamp grass. There it is. That's what we wanted. That's important to remember. So creation mode must be there just for people who want to make pretty pictures. And simulation mode is more like an unlocked normal mode. So environment, 88% good for this plant. Altitude factor is good. So we're going to start just throwing them down willy-nilly. We don't have any DP to worry about. So if they don't survive, we'll know that that's just not the place for them. Don't need to worry about it. Just lob them down. Unfortunately, you can't get like really dense forests. There's the plants need a certain amount of room in this game, which is fine. Oh, I should have some tea. Ugh, I'm not having sugar in my tea at the moment because, yeah, I'm trying to get in shape for my sister's wedding. That means no sugar in my tea. Sad face. All right, so we can see the swamp grass has grown nice and quickly. This is me in no way struggling to get out of my damn hoodie. Wow, that was a tough one. What a mess. That was ridiculously difficult. It was resisting me. All right, either way. Can we place the red mushroom? It's next on the list, but we might need other plants or stones or things to make it happy enough to grow. Below 15 meters, can be in swamp or lush. It doesn't spread, but maybe, yeah. Oh, it does spread biome, okay. See, this is the thing you need to watch out for if you're playing on normal. No fitness, no, I haven't exercised for years. It's not good. It's not good, Cowlin. So, yeah, you've got to be careful that a plant you pick, just because it can live in a different biome, doesn't mean it should. Because this one, if I placed it in the lush biome, it would spread swamp biome, because that's what it does, and that would ruin the integrity of the lush biome. But otherwise, as long as it's below 15, we can put down these nice gnome hats. Now, I'll probably have to remove them. I've got a vague memory of at least one swamp tree not liking mushrooms. Then we will need the eraser tool to get rid of multiple mushrooms. And now it's enough of a swamp biome that we can hear the ambient sounds of the swamp. It's dripping and I think some crickets maybe? Next on the list to spread swamp is the willow tree, a rather ill-looking tree with drooping leaves. This tree grows best in swampy areas and prefers a stone-free soil. Grows well when surrounded by mushrooms. Ideal. We've got a bit more, because the tree is obviously a more complex life form. We have more to identify it with: average life length, growth time, cutting time, bark percentage. It makes me think that maybe the developer had a bigger idea for this game than what it ended up being. Maybe too ambitious, and that's why some things just seem a little bit unnecessary. Ah, there we go. Now we've got the purple haze that hangs over the swamp biome. Preferred altitude below 13 meters. Dislikes stones. Okay. Let's put some trees down then. It's okay if I put too many, they will sort themselves out. The important thing is to get a nice amount of biome going. If we get our biome tester, we can see that in these deeply purple areas, it's 85% swamp, which is ideal. Slimy tree. Not so scientific. This tree lives in the swamp biome and requires a very wet, murky environment in order to survive. It is rather slow growing, but a good spreader of the swamp biome. Likes rocks and stones. See, now we have a clash. So I'm going to have to plonk down some rocks and stones specifically for the slimy tree. That will kill off the willow saplings, but we'll deal with that. Sorry if it's just really loud when I drink my tea. Where shall we put the rocks? I don't want to just pick like a one side. That kind of looks a bit fake. I'm gonna have them towards the furthest away from the lake, I think. So I'm throwing down some stones. You can watch the willow trees get a bit unhappy with this and start to fade away. So you can see if we click on one, the health is at 28%, environment at 30%. It is not particularly happy. But needs must, because we want our slimy trees. Here we go, and they're like very happy because there are stones around. It'll take a while for those to grow. It will happen. So you go a certain distance away from the stones, then their area of effect disappears. There it is. Okay, I'll zoom in a bit. Okay, what's next? Swamp flower. An ugly, mouldy flower. This disgusting rare plant grows in the swamp biome. It dislikes the presence of mushrooms, so try to plant it in a fungi-free zone. Fungi-free zone. So yeah, we will have to get rid of some mushrooms. But before we do that, I'm going to check the last spreading swamp plant, which is the dead tree. How is it growing? No one knows. But what we do know is that this slimy tree grows in the swamp biome, not to be confused with the slimy tree. This is one of the slowest growing trees in the game, but it has a lot of branches for birds to perch on. It does look fairly dead, with like a couple of vines hanging off it. It dislikes large rocks, it likes mushrooms. So yeah, I'm just gonna... It's supposed to be rare, so I'm not going to put many down, just for a real feel. So I'll put one over there by the lake edge. And one over here on the hill. Just a little bit of a triangulation. And now we're going to get rid of some mushrooms, so we can go to the erasing multiple objects icon. Excuse me. And where are we going to divest the area of mushrooms? Not where I've put down those new dead trees, because they like the mushrooms and they'll make them even deader. Although I've lost them now because it's gotten dark. There is a day-night schedule in Equilinox. I've completely lost it. Did they die off? Or do they just look too similar? I think the problem is they're looking rather similar to the willow saplings right now. But I know I put one over here. Oh, there it is. I guess they'll be very small. And I put one here. I probably shouldn't have spread them out so well. Alright, so I'm going to get rid of mushrooms in this area. That's in between. see what we can do there. Unfortunately, it's gotten rid of every single object in there, so I messed up. Quickly throwing down some more swamp grass. There we go. We don't want mushrooms. Did the willow tree like mushrooms? No, that was a stones sort of thing. Yeah, we're just fixing the biome back. I deleted way too much. The slimy tree likes rocks, right? Yes. It doesn't look that slimy. It does look like a swamp tree. It's like almost like it's got 3 legs reaching down into the swamp. It's got nice dark green blobs for leaves. So now we can put the swamp flower down just in these areas. It doesn't have... Oh! It needs something else. We've gotten rid of the mushrooms, but it also wants large rocks. I missed that bit. So we will grab a rock. Plonk it there. The mushrooms are quite difficult to get rid of. Whoopsie. So I think you can choose it. There it is. You have to click on the red mushroom and there's a little hand icon and then you can choose remove many specifically of mushrooms rather than everything, which is what I just did. Okay, just don't want to get too close to the little guy. Let's try that. Probably need another rock, to be honest. Is that a dead tree? Oh my goodness, I can't tell. A bit further away there, just 3. Yeah, I'm always putting down 3s if it's not telling me otherwise. And now we'll put... Oh shit. Honestly, these mushrooms are out of control. I'm getting a little bit irritated for a chill stream. Come on. They have an area they will populate. And it seems to be rather large. Alright. Unfortunately, it doesn't care. The mushrooms don't care about the swamp flower. It's quite irritating. I'm like, how are they still growing here? Go away. Go, shoo. Shoo. No one wants you here. Shoo. Is that a dead tree? Am I protecting something? It is a dead tree. Oh, goodness. Out of control. Alright, we've done what we can for now. The purple has paled slightly, which is a bit of a shame. I'm gonna... Oh, shit, I forgot you were here. Alright, that's enough. Don't want that being caught out like that. Totally forgot the dog was in the room. She's not usually that quiet. So those are the plants that spread the biome. We can now just choose ones that live in the biome and make sure they don't spread anything else. My tea is cooling down really fast. I'm going to have a little pause and drink some tea. So loud. So wheat can live there, but it spreads the grassland biome, so we don't want that. Oopsie. We have button mushroom, which is like your basic mushroom in this game. If you're playing in normal mode, this is where you would this is what you would use to evolve the other more exotic mushrooms. Below 60 meters, likes trees. It's a mushroom, so I think it fits well in swamp. Which is looking a little bit too shiny. We better remember not to just plonk them down willy-nilly now. And remember that huge area of effect. Now the button mushroom likes to be near trees, so that's important as well. Got quite a few trees though, so not a problem. There we go. And now I'm going to do another attack on the red mushrooms. Seriously? How are you doing this? I've got to be careful. I shouldn't have spread out the dead trees so much. That's the problem, isn't it? wonder if I could move one. I can pick it up. There, I'll put... Now 2 of them are a bit more together, and they are looking very spiky. So now I can remove some more mushrooms on this one side. Come on, go away. No one wants you here. Never-ending fight with mushrooms. But we've got some flowers that have established themselves for now. Water lily spreads the riverbed biome. Turnip does not spread anything, but likes to be near flowers, so we'd have to put it near the... I don't know, it calls it an ugly, disgusting, mouldy flower, but I think they're quite fascinating. Maybe this is the strange horticulture side of me coming out. But they don't have stalks, they're just like these purple vases. Yeah, I think they're fine. They probably smell disgusting. So we'll put some turnips by the flowers, and turnips will be able to be a food source when we start putting animals down. A small plant with a very delicious purple root. Psh, if you say so. Some animals have the ability to dig up this plant and eat the turnip, whereas other animals simply eat the leaves. Okay, we've got an incursion of mushrooms, so just lob down some... There we go, lob down some turnips and then go back to our never-ending job of destroying mushrooms wherever they may be. No, just here. Who am I even protecting at this point? Right, it was the swamp flowers. I'm fine. I'm fine. The bulrush. Yeah, it doesn't spread anything. A tall grass-like plant which grows at the edge of water. This plant is liked by many water-dwelling animals. So we'll put it right near the edge of our little pools. Don't think anyone has a hatred on for bulrushes, so we won't be shy. There we go. Lovely. Goodo. There we go. Shoo, shoo. Okay. What's next? We could possibly put down the pagoda tree. It's called a grassland tree, but I don't know, it kind of blends. It likes stones. Below 55 meters. An elegant grassland tree which thrives in damper areas. It can also survive in marshy and jungle-like conditions and prefers a stony area. A slow-growing tree, but looks fantastic. Alright then. Let's find our stones. It says stones particularly, not rocks, if I recall, which I may not. So just a few pagoda trees to mix things up. Never knew swamps could have so many trees. The fly trapper is another purple bloom. And it has 3 items that it needs to have around it, so this could be difficult. Alright, tea has finished. Been finished. Oh my goodness, I feel quite woozy. I'm supposed to exercise after this as well. Yeah, pumped. I don't know how long it takes to feel like... And people say that, oh, if you exercise, you get a release of endorphins. And I'm like, when? When does that happen? I literally have never ever felt that in my life. It's always been horrific. But that's my exercise saga. Like, even when I was young and did a lot. Well, not exercising, you know, you were kind of made to do certain exercises at school. I know what I'm talking about. So, the fly trapper. It doesn't spread anything, but it needs mushrooms, the dead tree, and insects. So we require... Oh, I really like this late afternoon sunlight. I'm going to go all the way down to ground level The sun does not penetrate down here. I don't like it. It's also gone down. So, can we get any insects on the go? Lives in biome swamp. Insects. There are 2. Excuse me. The fly and the butterfly. Fly. A nasty little insect that enjoys life surrounded by mushrooms in murky swamp biomes. The flies live in fairly large swarms and can be eaten by frogs, toads, and even carnivorous plants. So, okay. It says it enjoys life surrounded by mushrooms, but it's not actually a requirement in the habitat. The habitat tab. So we can just put it down in the swamp anywhere. Butterfly. Its favourite biome is grassland, but can live in many others. It eats flowers, so the butterfly will have to be near the flowers. I can do that. It's gotten pretty dark, like quite, well, dusk-like. I'm not going to overdo it. They will multiply quite quickly, so I'm just going to block there. And the butterfly starts out as a little wiggly worm. And we'll put the flies down by the edge of the lake, maybe? Oops, on dry land. There he goes. Gotta have quite a few flies, I reckon. For the ambience. So there, we've got 4 starter flies. And they will reproduce quite quickly, and we'll be able to put down the fly trapper. But we don't want to put it down too soon, or there won't be enough flies. He'll eat them all, and then the plants will die. That's how it works. You can see, yeah, we've got some butterflies up in the distance already. The water in these pools are so shallow, the bulrushes are growing in the middle of them. Oh, I'm losing the fight against the mushrooms. I seriously don't know who's starting this. I'm just going to have to do this for the whole game now. Come back, check up on mushrooms in the swamp. How are we doing then? Zoom out a bit, see what our populations of flies are doing. Okay, let's double check what the fly trapper wants. Mushrooms, dead tree and insects. Alright. So we've got the dead tree over here. There's some mushrooms and there's some flies. So we'll plonk one there. There's the 2 dead trees over here. I probably should have put some flies closer. That'll do. I don't think it's supposed to be really common. Oh dear, I'm going to sneeze. Caught that one. Alright, and the sun's coming up. Nice and pink. Nice, nice. So that's all the plants that can live in the swamp. We may come back and extend it. Otherwise, we're done for now, I think. Let's look at what other animals can live in the swamp. We have sheep, wild boar, duck, warthog, fox, frog, toad, and beaver. I could put toad down, that seems quite swampy. A small warty creature that prefers to live in swampy areas, likes mushrooms, and will attempt to catch insects whenever they come near. Makes it sound like it's, you know, just for fun. Alright, so habitat likes mushrooms, oh, and rocks. It has to be near rocks and stones and mushrooms. Okay. Now we do have rocks here, but they are for the... what are they called again? The swamp flower. So there won't be any mushrooms around there. Right, mushrooms? You won't be here, will you? Killing me here, guys. Oop, I clicked on the wrong thing. Okay. Okay. I cannot keep thoughts in my head. Toads, that's what we were doing. So they don't need to be near flies. God, there's so many flies, it's actually making me feel a little bit grossed out. They need mushrooms and rocks or stones. I might put down a stone. There. And maybe one. Oh, I don't know. Are there any up here? There aren't any, so I'm a little nervous to put some down there. So let's get our toad on. We'll put it near a fly colony. There. Our first toad. And he's so small, I didn't even see. We'll zoom in right in. Hello. Looks like a origami toad. Playing around. Current action. Alright. So we've got some movement and sound in the swamp. I've got hiccups. This is good. The warthog, I think, specifically lives in somewhere swampy. Yeah, favourite biome is the swamp. Likes large rocks. Doesn't like grass tufts. Now, grass tuft, is that a specific plant? Eats root vegetables, fallen fruit, and fruit bushes. So, this would be the turnips. We'd want him to be near the turnips, but there is a large rock by the turnips. I'm just going to check on this whole grass tuft. Yeah, that is a specific plant, and that's nothing to worry about. We don't have that. So I'm grabbing the warthog, making sure there's enough food around. There's a large rock. I guess it likes to lie on it in a... What's that exercise you do with the ball? Is it Pilates? Like that. You want to leave? Hang on a sec. Alright, sorry, just let the dog out of the room. It's soon to be her dinner time, so she woke up. And now I'm stuck. Okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. We just saw our warthog dig up. A very, very tiny warthog. It's about maybe just 2 times the size of the turnip, but we managed to dig one up, throw it into the air and have a nom. The warthog's name is Bob, which is just brilliant. Bob the warthog. I can change the name. If I change the name, it will remember Bob for me. We'll see if that works. I generally don't like to name them because they don't live very long, any of the animals, so it just becomes a little sad. Oh, excuse me, I sneezed after all. Don't worry, Bob. Bob won't be alone for very long. He'll work it out. Now the swamp area is quite small. I don't want to overload it, so we'll leave it at that. And let's zoom out so we get an idea of the size we've just done. Yeah, not very big at all. Our next biome, what should we do? Oh, excuse me. The pollen as well, you know. I do like to spread out from where I started. That makes sense to me. We do have a little hill. We don't really have mountains here, so we don't have any opportunities for the snow environment, but it's quite sparse anyway. And I never really managed to balance out the predators with the herbivores with the plants, just on that biome specifically. It's a bit sad. It's also got weird approximations of holly bushes. I don't like anything like holly bushes, and that just bugs me. So a swamp, I mean, it could be a cold swamp, it could be a hot swamp, so it's not like we know from that what we're going to do next. We did mention, yeah, let's do some tropical underwater shenanigans. We were going to use this largest part of the what I'm calling an ocean. in order to give that to the tropics this time around. So, back to plants. Spreads biome. Tropical. I do apologise for the sniffing. Okay, I think flowery grass is the starter. Spreads tropical biome. Preferred altitude, but that's out of the water, obviously. Maybe it's tropical seaweed we need. Dislikes water lily, likes rocks and stones. Yeah, I think this is what we need to do the underwater one. Some seaweed that grows in tropical areas. Needs to live near rocks, but dislikes lilies. Perfect for the habitat of the clownfish species. Alright, so we're going to have to throw down some rocks and stones. Hope we don't get it wrong. Do we have any specific rocks and stones to this environment? No, we have jungle, desert, snow, brown, and regular rock. I'm going to use the jungle rocks because they're grey, but they have like green on the top of them, and I'm imagining that to be algae. So it's a large area. It's a big chunk of the map, this water we're going for. So what shall I do? I'm going to start in this top bulbous area. Just throw down some rocks and then add some stones. For some reason shell is under stones, but we'll do it in sections because it is so big we'd have to be zoomed out all the time and see nothing. So obviously at some point something will come along and say it doesn't like stones and we'll have to delete a bunch, but at least they won't go back. Alright, now we pick up our tropical seaweed. No, it wants it to already be tropical. Yeah, it's not a starter plant. Starter plants have a suitable biome of barren land, so we may need to place the land plants and kind of work our way in deeper into the water. What about the coral? Nope, that's not one. I'm just checking. Oh, here we have a tropical flower that can grow in the back. We want it in the water. Come on. So we've got tropical flower and flowery grass, but they are both on land. This bugs me. Yeah, that's the only thing we can start with, so we will have to work our way out from the edge of the water inwards. So, I was right in the first place. We're starting with flowery grass. No, shit. Oh dear. I'll get it. Yeah, we are starting with flowery grass. I've got this. I can enunciate. So, loads of flowery grass around the edges. God, if only gardening was this easy, right? Okay. Oh, I went a bit too far down, but well, we'll leave that for now. Got a little click happy. Okay, so we've got some flowery grass, and we can also put down some tropical flowers, I think. A small colourful flower that grows in tropical regions. Barren land, yeah, it doesn't look like... Yep, there's no problems there. We can just put some down. Now the base one is blue and white stripes, big thick stripes. But I believe they come in different colours. We can even tweak it with the evolutionarily speaking. That's not the right word, but in the game context it is. To make it different colours. That's where I'm going with that. I know it's hard to see, they're just little dots at the moment, but we will zoom in and check our progress. Okay. So starting from the outside, working our way in. It does make it feel like the middle won't have anything in it because it'll be too far to register as biome. But hopefully we can have some kind of cascading effect. So it won't be as obvious as the purple swamp. The tropics will go slightly a yellow-green sort of shade. Hard to see in the pink sunrise right now. Noisy hydration. It's nice and deep. How deep is that? 46 meters. 50 there, I think. There we go. Oh wow, just over the hill I can see a dead tree on the just outlined in the yellow sky. Looking creepy. Alright, now we've got some sounds of the tropics coming out. That probably means we can continue. So can we do tropical seaweed now? Just around the edges, I guess. No, it's not quite getting there, is it? I can do it on this very shallow, the tip of the ocean area. The more that will survive, the more we can grow the biome. There's no rocks down that way for some reason. Well, we don't need to be circumspect about it. We'll throw them down. If they don't survive, we will remember that it's not going so great. That's what I'm doing now. I've given in. Throwing them down. They don't cost anything. Whoopsie. Autosave. And some will survive, basically. I can see the water seems to be changing colour, having a bit of more of a translucent blue-green hue. One might connect with the tropics. Never been. Yeah, and now the land is looking less tan brown and more like sand, which is quite nice. Just going to keep throwing down plants and overload it with biome spreaders. Leafy plant. Grows in tropical areas, doesn't have many uses. That's not very nice. Likes stones. Well, we have an abundance of them. Mostly in the water though, so put them, yeah, they definitely can't go in the water. Kind of edge around. Oh, there's a stone. There's a stone. Put them near the stones. Be a bit like reeds in a way. Any more stones? Stony stones? Oh, that's a rock. I don't know if it counts, but we'll throw some down anyway. Okay. We've got coral to put down. Likes shells. It is in the plant section, but I'm sure that was just because it looks like a plant. Brightly coloured organisms that live in the water. They spread the tropical biome underwater, but are unable to live in riverbeds. So don't go putting them together with regular riverbed seaweed. They are also technically not plants, there you go, with each coral being made up of thousands of tiny animals called polyps. It's always good to learn. So we would have to put down some shells. I feel like there should be patches of coral, not just sweeping over for some reason. We've also got the bromeliad, which is another land plant that spreads tropical and dislikes large rocks. This beautiful leafy plant with a flower grows in most tropical regions as long as the area isn't too rocky. It's a great way to finish off any tropical area and helps to improve the quality of the biome. I'm going to get me some shells. Yoink! So, I think the coral will be somewhere deeper. So, put some here. No, I'm going to put the coral down immediately because I will forget. Because they're so small. Tropical. And a coral can be a bunch of different colours. You could tweak that if we wished to. Or just see how it goes by itself. How far away does the shell area affect? Oh, quite far. That's nice. So just put some coral down here. There. These corals are pink. I'm going to pick another area and choose a different colour. Gosh, this is going to be a huge amount of tropical biome. I mean, we're just in the end, but it's filling the screen. Much water, thank you. Alright, I'm going to pick this area for some shells. Kind of in the neck, almost. There we go. Grab our coral again. This time I'm going to put down one and then tweak it, if it survives anyway. So we've gone into the genetics area and we will tell it to give its offspring a different colour. Shall we go with, let's go with neon blue, just to be real silly. And we only want to put down one because if we put down a bunch more, they will be pink and we won't see the neon blue come to life. We'll come back to that one. It might not survive. It's not particularly happy there. Don't know how long it takes to start spreading. You can do it, little guy. Its health is only at 21%. Otherwise, we'll put, yeah, we can put bromeliad down here and there, as long as it's not by the large rocks that I threw down all over the place. Mostly in the water though, so we're okay. Not going to put down loads, they seem a bit rarer. Yeah, we're doing alright. No rocks there. And down there. Okay. How are we doing? Checking up on our sickly coral. It's still alive, but it's not spreading. I may have to put down more. Bob has see? Animal death. Bob has sadly passed away. That's what happens if you rename the animals. It will just tell you if they're ill or dead. So it's not like, oh, Bob had a real nice day today. I've gone back to the swamp and we can see 5 warthogs, descendants of Bob. There's Michael, obviously, Ruby, Eva, Athena, obviously the favourite, and Ursula. Very warthoggy names. They seem to be doing alright. And lots and lots of flies. So we're going to zoom back over. See if we've got anywhere with that coral. We might need to put some fish down. Well, it's growing. I just don't see that it's propagating. Oh, yeah, there's one. It's doing its best. It's doing its best. Oh, blimey. Suddenly hammering with rain outside. Awesome. Howling a gale. Oh, man. This is like my favourite weather. That's pretty cozy. Nice. You probably can't hear that. My microphone is directional. It's properly coming down though. It's brilliant. We had a storm last night, like I think 4 in the morning. Very cool. Do we not? Oh right, these are just the spreaders, aren't they? We can also pick plants that just live here. Oh, the temperature's dropped. I've got the window ajar so it doesn't get too stuffy in here. How glad of my blanket, I tell you. Lives in biome tropical. So wild mint is going to spread something else. Tropical mushroom, which has a wiggly stem and a kind of a tall, let's call it pale turquoise hat. Gnome hat. This mushroom is a tall, fast-growing mushroom that lives in the tropical or jungle biomes. Wow. Sorry, I'm getting very distracted. We can hear the wind howling through the trees. I wonder if it'll be gone when the dog needs to go out. Otherwise she's going to take one look at it and be like, nope, thanks. Sorry, distracted. I'm back. Likes rocks and stones. Basically going to be in the same place as many of the other things then. Let's just slam my door shut. Got the plants doing their best. I've put down some of these mushrooms. We know they'll spread well as mushrooms. Oh no, we need to check on our mushrooms back in the swamp, don't we? Right, let me just place some more here. Oh, there's some area there we can use. It's gone a bit dark, so it's a bit harder to see. Now we're going to zoom back over to the swamp biome. Be cool if I could just click swamp biome and be zoomed over. Did we control the mushrooms? Oh, it doesn't look too bad. There is an area. Yeah, it's very pale here. I'm going to put down some more swamp grass while I'm here. It's not looking so purple as we'd like. There we go. Not mushrooms. Yeah, that'll do for now. And the sun is coming up as we head back over to our little inlet of tropics. It's very quiet here at the moment. No animals just yet. We'll go back to plants that live in the tropics. A palm tree, would that count? Yeah, palm tree. Likes large rocks, has the ability of producing fruit which can be eaten by animals. This leafy tropical tree likes to live near water in tropical biomes. The palm tree produces coconuts which fall off the tree from time to time, and these can be eaten by various animals. Alright, so we need to find some large rocks again. May need to start putting some large rocks on land. I can't remember who likes them and who doesn't. So I just put them near the stones. Maybe I'll be alright. One there. Yeah, I'm gonna grab some more rocks. Just put on the land. Don't need loads. Not very good at planning areas. Put one up there. You here. That was too close to the edge. And now we can put some more palm trees down. Alright, there was one more area, wasn't there? Over here. Yeah. How's our coral doing? The neon blue coral. I can't see it. Oh, there's like one little strand. Oh no, it's about to die. You can do it, fella. What can we do? I'm putting down lots of tropical seaweed around it in the hopes it can freshen up the environment. Now I'm going to remind myself what it actually needed before I lobbed it down there. likes rocks and stones. Is that the problem? Rocks and stones. But does it count shells as rocks and stones? We found it in that environment. I think it might. So weird. But hey, that's what it takes. Oh, is it gone? One thing that I missed from normal mode is there's another icon that gives you a list, and you can go and find every individual organism. So you can see the numbers, so you can see if you've ran out of a species, that kind of thing. Yeah, I think we were too late for our blue coral. Oh, that sucks. Well, we'll just try again. We'll put down a few this time and tell them all to go with being blue. I can't find the third shell. Right, become blue. Well, your offspring will become blue. Firm. Yeah, it's making a money sound, but that's just what it does. Because it would cost us quite a bit if we were doing this in normal mode. Neon blue is 180,000 diversity points. There, we're trying again. Trying again. Brilliant. What's next? The flower tree. So specific. Lives... does it spread? Doesn't spread anything. A large, beautiful tropical tree with bunches of yellow flowers hanging down from it. This magnificent tree grows in tropical or grassy areas and prefers to grow in slightly higher altitudes away from water. This slow-growing tree is also a perfect place for birds to nest. So it has to be between 16 and 60 meters. We have a lot of flat land for our tropics. What about this hill? Does it... it's not ideal, it says. It's not ideal. I think right at the top might do, but it doesn't have a very good biome there. Let's go over to... We could use the edge of this... It's not really a mountain. We saw how big the mountains were on our other save game. This is more of a hill, but it could do if I expand the range of the tropical biome. Just go up the side of the hill. Lovely. What does the leafy plant need? Stones. I'm not going to bother placing that then. The bromeliad dislikes large rocks. Okay, so we can put some of those down. There. Back to lives in, but is that an autosave or is it being weird? No, that's an autosave. Put flower trees. Oop, it has to be quite high. There, just a few flower trees. Oh, I'm going to leave that one till last. The heel bloom is a bit special. We have the banana tree, which is tropical. It has to be quite high again. I guess I didn't really think this through. Who knew? It felt like I thought it through, but not far enough. No spreadsheets. It starts with, who doesn't love a tasty banana? And I'm like, well, for one, me, and for another, I don't think they are tasty, so this is just all bad. The delicious yellow snacks grow on this tropical tree and fall to the floor occasionally. Many small animals will enjoy eating the fallen bananas. Alright, so they probably need to hang out with the flower tree, the fancy flower tree. I'm going to spread out once again up this little hillock. Give them some range to grow. Yes, we're not having loads of bananas. What a shame. I know. Potassium and magnesium. But why does it have to be so creepy and squishy? Ugh. No. Alright, we'll see how they do. Like we kit. Hydrate. The orange tree. Preferred altitude below 20 meters. When fully grown, this fruit tree produces oranges, which will occasionally fall to the floor where they can be eaten by various animals. Some animals are even able to knock into the tree, causing multiple oranges to fall at once. I swear, I never knew that oranges could smell before I went to Portugal, and we were just sitting outside, I don't know, a restaurant or a pub, and there were some orange trees just planted nearby, and they smelled amazing. I was gobsmacked. I really was. It was just something else. Wonderful smell. I don't even like oranges. Maybe I would have liked those oranges. Below 20 years, that's what I was reminding myself of. Good. Good. Not a picky tree. Boink, 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 boink. Got a little grove of palm trees there. Lovely. I just feel the tropics would have a lot of trees, but so we're doing our best. But they don't like to be crowded, the plants of Equilinox. Give me my personal space. Excellent. I know we were trying to focus on the water, but we're just getting all the plants down first, and then we'll see. Sun's going down, or oh, it should be down already. There's a little clock at the bottom. You can see a lot of stars. Not very dark here. Maybe it's not dark in the tropics. Now we have the eloquently described large tree. Oh, it's actually a forest tree, it says. Does it spread? It doesn't spread. It can live in a bunch of other biomes. Below 40 meters, likes flowers and herbs. Don't think we have any herbs growing in our tropical area, so we're not going to put the large tree down. Yes, technically wild mint can grow in the tropical biome, but it spreads grassland, so we don't want to do that. We'll make the biome unhealthy. The last one is the mango, and speaking about fruit that smells, I didn't say it in the nicest way. I don't know why, but I've always thought that I would not like mangoes, so I will not try mango. I'm very suspicious of the mango. But then my sister gave me some mango smelling lotions, and it's so nice. Oh wow, I bet they just smell nice though, and they taste gross. So, and also, I mean, how accurate can a lotion be? But all the same, that's the theme of today: smelly fruit, for good or for evil. Doesn't spread. Has to be above 15. Near rocks, stones and flowers. That's a bit more specific. It is the most expensive tropical tree. A large mango producing tree that lives in the tropics. Produces large fruits which fall off the tree onto the floor and can be consumed by nearby animals. It is able to live in higher altitude areas in jungle and tropical biomes. Okay, so we've got to be on the lookout for rocks, stones and flowers, and also the altitude. This is going to be a tough one. We're not going to have many mangoes. Okay. I can plop one on this very small rise. They're a bit darker than the palm tree and the old banana tree. Banana. Liked species not enough. Poor altitude. Yeah, these are tricky buggers. If you happen to have picked a tropical zone. It isn't very high up, but remember, this is just one section of the huge body of water that we are going to create as a tropical paradise. So we will be able to get some more of the higher altitude plants. We've got a nice bit of lens flare there as the sun goes down. Oh look, sun's rising. Sometimes hard to tell. And I can see that our neon blue coral is doing great. We cracked it. Pink coral is fine as well. Yeah, it's not great, but it's fine. Excellent. So that's all the plants. Now we can move on to hammernors that live in the tropics. So it's a lot of fish, hence why we're using such a large area. Oh wow, the lighting's so cool. I just see out my window, like we've got this backdrop of like a steel grey sky, and then we've got low sunlight coming in. It's quite surprisingly bright against that sky. I'm loving it. As long as it's not snow again, touch wood. So the redfish, I think the redfish, isn't that more of a... Yeah, it's more, even though it can live in the tropics, I think that's more to help when you're developing the species in normal mode, because it likes kelp best, and that's not tropical. Not in this game. It doesn't even like shells, so what you doing? We have the clownfish. Suitable biomes, likes tropical seaweed. We have a lot of that. Colourful fish looking slightly lost. I wonder what that reference is. This fish lives in tropical waters and lives in fairly large groups. We'll see about that. Oh. Okay. I'm going to take a quick hydration break, cool things up. I'll leave you with the hopefully soothing sounds of the tropical insects. Be right back.